Hi friends! Welcome to another monthly favorites, but if it's your first time here, hi, I'm Alicia. Thank you so much for clicking on my video, and if you are returning, well, thank you for visiting me again. KINKYSWEAT stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves things all movement and beauty. If you want to check out what I do in between the makeup, so you can head over to my Instagram. July Favs 2021, I wrote out a list because there were several products that I used, but also ones that I wanted to highlight, not necessarily as new products, but ones that I've just been loving in revisiting a lot of the older products in my collection. We are barefaced because as I conduct this favorites video, I will treat it also as a get ready with me, an abridged version. Won't spend too much time chatting about what have you in a typical get ready with me video, but because I wanted to edit this quickly, it's faster for me to just include the demo in the actual video instead of me having to film separate b-roll. So I hope you're okay with that, fam. Let's start off with skincare, shall we? The Pyungkang Yule cleanser that I had introduced in my Yes Style haul video, I have been using quite a bit, both evening and morning. I don't have it with me now because it's at Bay's house. I just appreciate its simplicity in that it is fragrance free. Although it is foaming, it does not leave my face feeling stripped or dried. It just feels satisfyingly clean and optimal for the next step, which I have to mention is also a favorite, the toning step or the essence step, as those two products are usually intertwined. But this is the I'm From Rice Toner, a product I also mentioned in my Yes Style haul video that I have right here. I have been using this every day. I have been applying it under different serums, different moisturizers, evaluating how it feels on days like this where it isn't as humid versus days that are. This is the silkiest type of toner that I have ever applied. I think it's unlike anything I've used in the past, where essences and toners have a water-like quality that usually absorbs quickly into the skin. Perhaps you don't feel like a robust difference in terms of your skin texture because it is like water. This has like more moisture and hydration to the formula, I think indicated by its milky look to it, and I thought I will apply it here on camera for you. But here's a look at it. Oh gosh, that's the texture of it. It has, again, a milky look to it, but the silkiness upon application, again, is unlike anything I have tried. I feel also optimal for those who have oily skin, who maybe have not tried a serum that maybe they did and it leaves their skin feeling sticky, not ideal for makeup application or even just moisturizer application. This allows the skin to feel plush and hydrated and moisturized at the same time. It's like a 2-for-1. You get the toning, but you also get the hydration. And again, it feels like a liquid lotion. And I think this is going to be MVP for the winter for myself, and especially those who have drier skin conditions. And again, it's fragrance free, and I used the Bioderma to take off the makeup that I had, and right away my skin feels plush. It feels like I actually applied a moisturizer and I just applied the rice toner. And the reason why I picked this up is because I did hear a lot of positive reviews about this product and just the rice line in general from I'm From, with the exception of the mask. People don't like the mask, but the toner and the moisturizer they love, including me. And why don't we get into it? The I'm From Rice Cream. I know it's tough to see because of the light, but this is an incredible texture. It feels whipped. It's so lightweight in texture. Despite that, it delivers hydration and moisture like whoa. So this is a look at the texture, and you can just see immediately how lightweight it is. But man, does it deliver the moisture. Fragrance free, again, lightweight in feel, but incredible in creating this lovely feel on the skin and beautiful under makeup. Perhaps if you're oily, maybe not ideal. Because I am normal combination right now for the summer season, I do love a little bit of moisture from my cream. I'm not one to typically gravitate toward gel creams, although I see their value and I definitely understand that's a more preferable product if you do have very oily skin and something like the rice cream is just too emollient for you. Some of you had compared this to the Biossance Omega cream, which I had presented as a favorite maybe like a few years back. My mom still has that cream because I bought it for her birthday at that time. And on a trip, I compared them both, and the Biossance cream has a creamier texture where the rice cream is more air light and whipped, and that's what I prefer. But on the skin, they feel similar. So if you were looking for a Biossance dupe, I think the rice cream is very much an appropriate product for that role. But let me slay you in a little closer. That's enough. Here's the texture of the skin. It feels bouncy. It just feels revitalized. Since again, I removed what I had on, it felt dry. I was like, oh no, thirsty. But I'm very happy with how the skin looks and feels, and just equally so to know that these products don't have fragrance. So if you're sensitive to fragrance of any kind, these products do not have any. Rolling into the complexion step. Now, as you know, the Sylvie sale from Chantecaille had just passed. Thank you all for the support for my sponsored video and for everyone using my code and my links. Very much appreciated. I wanted to highlight Future Skin because I feel with foundations, I know for myself, I get caught up with the new stuff, and I haven't bought new foundation in quite a bit, despite the fact that I'm a little tan. Not on purpose, but I was trying to get the vitamin D, but staying safe at the same time, okay? My complexion did change a little bit in terms of shade, and I've just been going through the different foundations that I have, and I didn't want to buy a new shade just for the season. So with the Sylvie sale and me revisiting a lot of Chantecaille products that I still consider favorites, but with rotating products, sometimes you kind of lose track of what you've used and all that stuff. I had to revisit Future Skin because I truly feel this is a unique formula that I think everyone needs to try if they are a luxury foundation user. It is made in Japan, and you know how I feel about foundation made in Japan. It's a cream gel technology that literally, and I don't use that word lightly, fuses with your skin. It evens out your skin tone without the heaviness. It has this reflective pearl technology in the foundation, so it doesn't have to rely on coverage to blur out your imperfections. But the sensation of its application is almost cooling in nature without menthol or any of those additives that lend that experience, that cooling, tingly feeling. That I think just the formula itself, because it's a gel texture, it just is so warm weather appropriate in terms of feel. It's fitting for several skin types, I think, across the board. If you're a dryer, you will love this in that it's not going to feel heavy. It's not going to feel too emollient. It's going to be the ideal texture to achieve that flawless complexion without grabbing on to dry spots on your skin. And oily skin types can definitely take advantage of this formula. If anything, you can powder beforehand, apply the Future Skin after, and you can have that more soft matte natural look without necessarily having to use a soft matte foundation, because maybe you don't want that matte look on your complexion. You want something a little more luminous, not as dull. And sometimes, no matter how great the formula is, there's a lot of great powder foundation formulas that don't have that dull, drying look. Maybe you just wanted to use a cream, right? You wanted to change up your foundation routine. This right here, it's in a jar, is super luxe. I have the color Wheat, which a little light on me, but it works. Shea is like my majority of the year shade. I might even have to use one more shade after Wheat, but you know what? It's fine. You don't need a lot, but you can definitely evaluate from your first application to seeing if you need a little more. Going with my Sonia G Jumbo Base, and look how it melts. Even though the color is a little light, the way it just works with my complexion, and it virtually disappears in terms of the actual cream, But what's left behind is a far better complexion, smoother, more even toned, and it's such a pleasure to apply because again the feeling is so refreshing in nature that the texture is beyond comfortable and it's virtually weightless. And although you might see my blemishes still show through, this is where you can go in with a little more product. You could also just use concealer and apply with a smaller brush on those portions of the skin. And the way it layers with the future skin that's already on, it just works with what's there already without looking heavy. It just lightly blurs, does not overwhelm the skin with heaviness or looking like makeup, like foundation. And I think so beautifully sublime for summer. It's like Tint and Moisturizer 2.0. I don't mind this showing through, you know, this is self-inflicted. I'll take it, you know, but I just had to spotlight this foundation even after the sale for my favorites because it truly is remarkable in terms of how it can deliver such an impeccably flawless complexion with its lightweight texture, with this intelligent formulation, again with the reflectivity. It's so nuanced, but I definitely see a difference when I use this foundation. I take photographs, I take video, like the blurring fam. There's no new concealer, still using my Pat McGrath LM12, although I am eyeing the new Lancome Teint Idole. I'm a huge fan of the Teint Idole liquid foundation, and I thought maybe since I am undergoing a little bit of complexion shade change that I can rely on the concealer to shift a little bit the color with whatever foundation I decide to use. Oh, and the Chantecaille is also fragrance free. So is Pat's concealer. I think LM12 is a really nice shade for my under eyes, even though my overall complexion is a little more tan. But I just can't get enough of, but LM12 is my ride or die. There are several other concealers that I could buy, but I'm just like, slow down, friend. Chantecaille's Perfect Blur Powder is another one of my favorites. I'm using Pat McGrath's under eye, another under eye favorite, because this is the This is the compact I usually rely on for traveling. I just came from Bay's house and it's so small, but be careful because if it gets rattled around in your makeup bag, the powder could crack because it's very delicate. Another cheek product that's not necessarily a favorite, but one that I truly love is the LYS No Limit Powder Bronzer, or No Limits, excuse me. This is in the shade Harmony Medium. It's a matte bronzer, but I just can't get enough of its silky texture despite the fact it being a powder. I think the way it blends onto the skin is undetectable. There are no harsh lines. The blend is smooth. And the way it lays on the skin without it looking dry is phenomenal. And I think these shades in particular are just beautifully perfect, especially medium. It's not too warm and not too red. It's right in the middle, and I think ideal for me, especially at this color. It's really nice. Going in with a Koido brush, just so you can see, and also how this lays down on foundation that's not set. I did not set my whole face with powder. I left the Chantecaille Future Skin just kind of dry on its own. And just how beautifully this powder blends. You see, it just flows on the skin. There's no muddiness whatsoever, like in terms of the powder catching on to more emollient spots on the skin, but the tone of it is perfect. I just love this powder bronzer. I revisit it a lot. I have it also in light and tan, but I think medium is my perfect shade out of all those. And the color too can kind of serve as a blush if I wanted to take it further down here with a lighter touch of the brush on the apples of my cheeks versus keeping it higher near the hollows. I mean, come on. For blushes, I've been using the Lisa Eldridge, the Mel also. I love those cream blush lights. The LYS cream blushes. Of course, Pat McGrath's Divine blushes. I mean, please. For fun, why don't we go in with Love Struck? Applying this just a touch higher on the cheekbones. Very lightly here. And it's just beautifully perfect. I can't get enough. The whole collection is to die for. You could adjust the intensity, lighter hand on the cheeks, heavier, higher on the cheekbones. And look how it just fuses with the LYS Bronzer. This color is beautifully perfect with harmony. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take it a little bit like that. Now, I know Dior came out with new highlighters, fam. I know. I wanted the coral one, but it's sold out currently. So I'm going to grab Nude Glow. But when they first dropped, I immediately remembered that I had these. This is from the Summer Dune collection. And these highlighters were also very much sought after. I have it both in Pink Dune and Peach Dune. Now, the Coral Glow from the new highlighter drop reminded me of Peach Dune a lot. This texture is absolutely gorgeous. I love to wear this near on top of the apples of the cheeks. And Pink Dune, I was surprised with Pink Dune. I thought it was going to appear a little ashy. But upon discovering its undertone, I thought this to be quite flattering. Despite the fact that it's pink, yes, I know it might be more appropriate to use something that's more golden in hue. But the opalescent nature of Pink Dune, especially when layered on top of a blush, is impeccable. And with Peach Dune, I love to apply it lower, right here on the very tops of the cheekbones, and just check out the hue there. It's so subtle, but the texture, this gel-like powder, or gel to powder gelée type of texture, it lays on the skin beautifully without making it look texture or heavy or dry. And it's like my cheeks look like they're glowing from within. I can't get over this. So that's why I went back to using these, because first of all, I was not using them enough. Shame on me. And I could not possibly buy more Dior highlighters without using the ones I already have. So I revisited these and had to spotlight them for July because, my gosh. Complexion's done, cheeks are done. Now going into eyes. I didn't have any new palettes for July. Did I? I don't think I bought anything. I went back to look at my YouTube videos because that's what I had to do in order to recollect what happened in the past month. What is going on is the Muse Beauty Pro Buy This, Get That sale. They have it twice a year. One of the best sales to participate in because I feel it is truly a sale and one that you can get great savings on pro level makeup items, pro level tools. They have a bunch of bundles where if you get two, let's say, Pro 12 pan palettes, you could get 3 brushes. It's a really great way to try different tools from Esum. Their in-house brand is Muse spelled backwards. That I collaborated with them with my brush set, which was one of the most highlighted points of last year. I wanted to still do a dedicated video going over my Muse Beauty Pro favorites, and the sale does last until the 22nd. And pros already get 30% off, but you get an additional 15% site-wide, even for those items that are not included in the Buy This, Get This sale in terms of the bundle specials. I will leave my link down below. It is affiliated, so thank you so much for the consideration. But with that said, I wanted to highlight the Viseart Entendu Minxette palette. This, I think, it might be my favorite. Even I don't have the Soleil one. I'm calling it Soleil. It might be a different name, but it's the one that's like the vacation one that looks like a sailboat. That one looks fun, but first of all, the Entendu is the newest addition to their consumer line, as I like to call it, is Consumer Plus Pro. It's smaller, it mixes the mattes and the metallics, where usually the Pro palettes you either get just all mattes or all metallics or all satins. You get multiple textures in one palette, but the Pro component comes in with the fact that the frame is magnetic. You have grooves within it, so you can pop out these pans and switch around the same size pans from different Entendu palettes and create your own. It's also shaped as an easel, and just look at the size. I love this size. This is my makeup bag. You know, it doesn't take up much space, as well as their petite palettes, they're edit palettes, which I think the most ideal. It's smaller than the Entendu, the pans are smaller, but I appreciate the Entendu size, the palette overall, and the pan sizes. But I had to highlight Minxette because I appreciate the mix of warm and almost like plum. This shade here, I'm sorry about the nail, forgive me. Viseart shadows are not the best swatched, but the blending, fam, the blending is where it's at. I'm going to forego primer and just go straight in, okay? If you don't mind. With this taupey shade here, again, the possibilities are endless. You could have a look that's very low-key, super daily friendly. I think perfect to bring on vacation with you, because typically when you're out and about, you know, vacationing, you're not looking to create these super elaborate looks. You just want something soft that's gonna give you a little bit of impact, a little bit of shine, and I think this is what Minxette delivers. So if you wanted to keep it very brown, like neutral, you could do that. Or if you wanted to make it more warm, you could go in with this coral terracotta shade that is stunning on its own. If you really wanted to steer the eye look to be more warm in nature, you can rely on this shade to make it happen in terms of the overall eyes just looking summer ready. We'll get into the Lotus Set in a minute. I'm going to take that same shade under the lash line. Oh, I just love the ease. The ease of Minxette is unparalleled. Then we can even go in with this shade. And something that I very much appreciate about Viseart mattes is their capability of virtually blending themselves. I think the formula beginner friendly. If you're one to not use these types of palettes because you feel they're intimidating, you're not going to get the hang of it, the mattes just blend gorgeously. You could even use the purple if you like, or I guess, you know, plum. If you wanted to create a little more depth here, I like to use the metallics just for extra dimension, to mix up the plums and the reds in here. And then to go in with the more copper shade. Ooh, the coppers are so pretty. They have such nice body to them that I think very summer appropriate. This is like a dual chrome in that it has like a peachy base and a nice gold flip to it. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I thought that's what it was doing. And then this more gold copper shade here on the inner part of the lower lash line. To lighten everything up, we could use this beige highlighter shade that I think you could also use for this highlight. Like, what is this called? And you're done. I just, again, I love the colors in here. I just wanted to showcase this for July because I've been using this quite a lot to just move around with. If I knew I had to pack an eyeshadow palette, instead of thinking so hard on it, like which one should I bring, I'm like, let me just bring Minxette and be done. Now for mascara, if you have already noticed, or maybe you didn't, I had taken off the eyeshadow I had on prior to filming. I still had the Kill Lash from Clio Professional, the Superproof, okay, mascara volume curling. I think I might have mentioned this in June's favorites. It's official, fam. I do like this better than Dark Star. I do. Put it on record. I haven't grabbed Dark Star in a bit. And I think it's because of just how taken aback I am from Kill Lash's ability to make my lashes look so curled and upright for the entirety of the day until I take it off. Now that is the con with these Superproof Japanese made mascaras. You do need a waterproof, like a specialized waterproof eye makeup remover. You can't take it off with just your balm. You might have to spend some time on it, however. That is the negative that I have for this mascara. If you don't like waterproof mascaras, then don't look at this. I did say though previously that the Kill Lash still dropped on me. I don't know what it is. Maybe that day I didn't powder my under eyes or I missed a step, but it's been doing very well and staying on my lower lashes, which is so hard to achieve. No matter, even if the mascara was waterproof, you know, on the label, and I applied it on my lower lashes, it's still transferred. The Superproof is Superproof. this ain't budging. The wand is small. It just allows for me to get right up on the root of my lashes, and it combs through thoroughly. It leaves me this fluttery, voluminous look without appearing too heavy. I could adjust the intensity if I didn't want to wear any eyeshadow, because sometimes I like to go that route, maybe throw on a little bit of bronzer through the crease and just have that fluttery look, natural looking eyelash, my eyelashes but better. A little light hand with the mascara, but if you really wanted to pick up like the base, apply more. Come on. And for lips, I've either been using the Lisa Eldridge Lip Embrace in Affair or the Chantecaille Hydrating Lip Tint. Madeira, they made a bundle for me, and thank you so much for those who bought the bundle. I'm so appreciative. Madeira is gorgeous, but I also love Verbena. Verbena is the more mauvey, plummy shade. Definitely my lips, but a little more mauve. It has a grown and sexy tinge to it, which I appreciate. More of a rosy hue to the lip. Hydrating in nature, beautifully emollient, soft, silky, with a little bit of color. And here's a wide shot of the final look. We've done all the skincare, we've done the makeup. Let's get into tools, and you know which ones I'm going to mention. Sonia G Lotus Set. This has been my go-to for travel. She had released the Kiyaki set, which is beautifully ideal for travel. The fact that the handles are shorter, the mini base is like super MVP multifunctional brush. It's gonna apply your foundation, your concealer, any cream products, okay? Classic cheek will cover powders, highlighter, bronzers, blush. If you have your towel, your Sonia G towel, whatever microfiber towel on hand, you switch between products and could reuse the brushes with whatever makeup product you like. Jumbo bases in there to get the lay down nice, mini definer for some lash line definition, and mini booster for some lower lash line haze or outer corner intensity. But man, this is my ideal set for travel. Everything I could possibly need in a brush set that will cover all tasks from complexion to eye. It lives in here. The Lotus base, I could use this brush for anything, in the cream product category. Yes, foundation, concealer, cream bronzer, cream blush, cream highlight. And then I go into the powders, either Lotus cheek or even Lotus detail. This brush I love for loose powder because although small, I understand, it just floats across the skin and gets the powder on there fast. And when you get into the eye brushes, while I understand that the Worker 2 is not your typical fluffy crease brush, I get it, I don't mind, because this is the brush I feel appropriate when you are on the go. Those eyeshadow moments are just simpler in execution. You just apply either, maybe not even eyeshadow, a bronzer or a blush, or maybe just one eyeshadow color. You could do it with this brush. Through the crease, on the lid, lower lash line, you're done. Lotus Builder, if you wanted to apply a nice metallic shade on the lid, maybe more defined here under the lash line. You can even get it here on the inner corner. And then the Lotus Soft Definer, are you kidding? It's like a pencil and mini crease brush combined, and you could use this to haze the lower lash line, apply a little more intensity here on the outer corner, clean up here on the inner part of the eye if you applied multiple shadows. Again, I think this collection comprehensive in how many tasks it can cover, and it's my go-to set. I don't even have to think about it. When I have to go to Bay's house or Maddie's house, I just bring the Lotus set with me. Maybe I'll throw in the jumbo concealer or soft concealer from Sonia's Fusion series. Maybe I'll throw in, I've been bringing along Wayne's number 5. This is my crease brush of choice because it just whips it on there real quick. Whether it's a Refer 16 or the Refer 27, I've been loving that brush also. It's been staying at home though. But again, back to my original point, you could throw in a few more brushes for those in-between tasks that you don't think Lotus Set covers, but you pretty much have all the bases, okay, sealed with this set. Skincare, makeup, tools, nail polish. I bought quite a many of nail polish over the summer. ILNP came out. I think it's their poolside collection where they had a lot of like neon-y bright colors. Before though, I forgot, it wasn't for summer. It was from Live Love Polish where they released their pastels. Cirque Colors released their Vice collection, which also has some vibrant neon colors. But I have to give a shout out to Holo Taco's Life's a Beach bundle. I've been gravitating towards these shades for a lot of my polish redos. I love my holographic this and that, my magnetic multichromes a K. When it comes to creams, it has to be like a specific color. For instance, I haven't worn red cream nail polish in a very long time. I kind of refuse at this point when there's so many other beautiful colors to wear, particularly though when it's like these, I cannot stay away. I just think that the perfect combination of not neon but not too pastel either is right in the middle. Seafoam Home is so beautifully blue. I love how this looks and I combine them a lot. Life's a Guava. The floor is guava. The floor is guava with Seafoam Home, or the floor is guava with One Melon followers. This is a great combination too. These three, very edited, very thoughtful. I combine them with a lot of the ILNP too, and different, brands that I've mentioned before. I had to highlight this as a favorite because the ILNP and even the Cirque colors with the neons, they tend to be a little rubbery and just a little challenging in getting that opaque look over the nail. The Holo Taco creams, although they're not neon, they're still a vibrant pastel that I think easier to apply on the nail. I just find myself revisiting those shades in particular a lot. This is actually not in the Life's a Beach bundle. This is in her, I forgot if it came out for spring. Maybe it came out last year. What do you think? And on this hand, I have One Melon followers. Again, I just appreciate the colors in that bundle. I might still wear them closer to fall. I mean, I can't guarantee. I wore fall colors when I spoke about ILNP's fall collection. I'm just all over the place. But this right now, this is the fave. Lifestyle. Oh my gosh. Okay. Where do I begin? Well, the reason why I haven't been buying a lot of makeup is because I've been slightly obsessing over fitness equipment. I don't know if you heard of Ben Patrick. He is also known as the knees over toes guy. He had rehabbed his knees back to impeccable health, now has an incredible vertical jump, and just believes in bulletproofing your body, right? We all get injured. We all do the rehab stuff after the fact, where we should be doing the supplementary work that is necessary to ensure that we don't get injured. And knees they are tough. They're like the first joint to get bum rushed, either by landing on a jump funny or landing funny, turning funny, standing funny. So a part of his program, the Athletic Truth Group, which I had signed on as a client, and currently during their program, they have a lot of tibialis exercises. It's the muscle that runs down the front of your lower leg, lateral to your shin bone. And it's a tough muscle to target. And how do you get a muscle stronger? You apply resistance to it. So this is a tibialis bar. You put your feet here and you could put the weight of choice on the bar and you lift and lower your foot. You flex and extend your ankle. And man, when you do 25 of these with like a 10-pound plate on this thing, it is rough sauce. I immediately noticed a difference in my jump roping, in a lot of other movements that I participate in, because the lower leg is largely neglected. And again, we wait until we're hurt until we do the important stuff. But even so, knees usually get injured when they go past the toes, and we've always been told to not go past your toe line when doing lunges, squats, or what have you, because there was a study, I believe, and Ben Patrick goes over this. It was from Duke University that found that the knee undergoes tremendous impact and strain when going beyond your toe line. But that's what you have to strengthen. That's the range you have to condition yourself into be strong in. So if it does happen, you're good. So Ben goes through these different exercises that, yeah, your knees go past your toes. Your knees have to go past your toes for several movement patterns in order for them to be successful in execution. So all these exercises, including the one with the Tib Bar that I showed, are essential in bulletproofing your knee and lower leg. So that's what I've been doing. I've been really excited about implementing that work with my weightlifting routine. I had purchased these sneakers in May. I don't remember. Oh my gosh, I have to look at my order statement. These are the APL TechLoom Bliss sneakers. They are laceless. They have this elastic band over the top center of the foot. They have the padding around the heel. I just freaking love these sneakers. I also have, I think, the TechLoom Breeze. The TechLoom Chelsea, which I showed in of favorites maybe 2 years ago, possibly. I slip these sneakers on and off with no problem. I just love the tricolor. I know they're a little dirty. White is tough, but nothing I can't handle. Okay, I just get my brush, put them in the sink, use a little bit of Dawn, and it comes right off. I reshape a wire hanger, and I put the sneaker loops on the little hooks there, hang it in the shower for the sneakers to dry. Done. Color is outstanding. They go with every outfit. I use them to train in, to strength train in, to jump rope in. They're so multi-use in whatever you choose, whatever exercise discipline you want to participate in. And I particularly love them because they do run a little narrow, and I do have narrow feet, so they're ideal for me. Although you can go on their website and read a lot of the reviews for people that either had to size up or down, and they will say, well, I have like a normal size foot, wide foot, narrow foot, and this size works for me in relation to other sneaker styles that they have worn. And they are expensive. They have Afterpay. Why do I feel it necessary to pay so much money? Well, I've been wearing these sneakers every day, whether it's these or the other style. I mean, I can't take them off. So I feel it's well worth the investment because I've been wearing the heck out of them and they make me happy. They just, again, so essential in my movement life that I'm very happy that I spent the money that I did on them. And they elevate my training, especially if I'm training outside. If I'm training inside, it's usually barefoot or on socks because all my equipment is in my apartment. But when at the gym, where I'm jumping rope outside, the APLs come through. Anime fans out there, I finished reading the Demon Slayer manga, Kimetsu no Yaiba. I'm going to read it again because I picked up when Mugen Train ended. And I get it. Demon Slayer came out in 2019. I think the manga finished last year and the movie came out in August 2020. I missed out. I should have seen it in theaters. I know. I regret that decision. I was not keeping up well as an anime fan. Season 2 is slated to drop November or December. I feel like Demon Slayer is beginner anime for a lot of people. It's a very simple plot, but I think that's why many audience members enjoy it. It's easy to follow, but it has very strong themes of family, love, and forgiveness intertwined in the story. That's what Demon Slayer does, man. They make you feel bad for the demons. It's like, what is happening? Although some demons are not great as humans. They just are rotten as humans. Like Domo and Enmu, though they could go. Okay, they can go. But Akaza, I felt so bad. But speaking of Rengoku, I love my freaking sweater. I show this in my vlog. I love him so much. I do. And even though you're not an anime fan, I think you should still watch Demon Slayer. You should still watch Demon Slayer. You should still watch Mugen Train. Mugen Train's on HBO Max. Demon Slayer's on Netflix. Or you can read the manga. I read it on mangaforlife.com. The paper manga is not even slated to ship out until October. It's like, oh my god. Right now, I'm on Jujutsu Kaisen. Bae is already finished with the manga, so I have to finish Jujutsu Kaisen manga, get up to date with that, and also finish the anime up to date with that. So I got a lot. And last but not least, I promise this time, my Aliens of Brooklyn collab. I again collab with Joseph, owner and founder of Aliens of Brooklyn, or I should say owner and artist of Aliens of Brooklyn. We brainstormed over this before, and we have really wanted visors. We wanted to make a splash for the summer collection with neons and just the whole vibe of what summer feels to us. And I had said that I'm very much inspired by the 90s, that color palette, the attitude, and I wanted that to be infused with the items in this collection, everything from the visor to the flannels to the tanks. And we expanded our word bank. So in addition to hi friends, we have coils, we have texture, we have sweat life, we have kinky. You could choose your own word to have it on the visor here. Choose your own word also on a lot of the tanks, the tops, the muscle tank, the neon, and the gray tank. And you can also choose your word on the fanny pack. I have a live modeling all the pieces. I will put that video down below. But one of the pieces I'm most excited for is the cutoff sleeve denim shirt with the unicorn triangles on the collar. Are you kidding me? This is so great to just wear as, you know, another layer on top of your tank or what have you. If you don't necessarily want to wear a jacket or a hoodie, but you just want a little bit of coverage but still with the arms to show, it was impeccably done. And a huge thank you to Joseph for working with me again. Even if you just browse the website, I really thank you for your consideration. And for those who bought an item or a few, thank you so much for your support. It means a ton. And keep those tags coming. I am the only one that runs my social media, runs my YouTube and else, so I might be a little backed up in whatever you send my way, and I apologize in advance. I try to get to as many messages, post tags as I can, but know that your support does not go unnoticed, and I just can't thank you enough again. Who knows what the fall will bring, but the summer collection, this one hit. And that is it, fam. I wanted to keep this not so much new products because I know with just the bum rush of newness that comes in every day, and the fact that I'm just trying to be smarter with my finances. I recently got an LLC and I just want to be smarter about my finances and just be grateful for when I do get PR and present those products as something new for you to consider to buy or not, and focus on the products that I already have and create content from that. I cannot wait for Mothership 9. I already have a video going over my thoughts on Utopian Dream, so I will link that down below as well. I cannot wait to get into that palette and just mix it all with the other palettes, okay? I definitely will go through all of Pat's palettes again because I love creating looks with Motherships. And also with Natasha Denona palettes, I actually had to do a Natasha Denona ranking video, which I am dreading because I have to really think about it, but it's coming. I'll just make it happen. With that said, fam, I will see you in the comments, and that is all right. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And until then, I will see you in here again with another review tutorial, monthly favors extravaganza. Get ready with me or vlog. Take care, and I will see you again soon.